Okay, today I'm just going to give a demo of what I've been working on for the terrain packs. So there's a few terrains in here that obviously aren't mine. If you can see my mouse here, this is stock water. This is another stock water. This is stock lava. And this is stock, I don't know, swamp water or something. This is my swamp water that I made. So I made that one. I started with this, but then I changed up the pattern inside and I altered the colors. I made them based off of this pattern. This is just a swampy ground pattern with some leaf cutters that I did. It does have a normal map. Pretty much everything I use uses a normal map. Only a couple of things use a mask map. My thoughts on that are, if I can get away without using a mask, it's one less file needed for every type of texture out there. Then I'm only using 2 files, are pretty small, and it can do a pretty good job because you're getting that 3D with the normal map in there. That being said, I think I've done a pretty good job. You can see here, I did put underneath the asphalt, I've added a dirt pattern so that when it raises up, it's not just all gray. It's just a dirt. The swamp ground currently is just a swamp ground. It's going to be there's no dirt or angles like that because it's mostly going to be covered in water and stuff. How I'm going to use it, I might do a ground texture underneath it and add some variance to it, but at this point I haven't done that. It's that one and the organic biomass are like that. But you can see here I've added yellow lines to go down the center. Here's a yellow line. Now that's just on the one side. So what I've got is I've got a left orient, a right orient, an up and a down orient, and you'll see that in a minute. Wander over here. See, there's the darker asphalt cover again. There's a concrete wall. I'll zoom in so you can see it. See the concrete? Just a texture with a pattern on there like it was framed up. So just something simple to use just for shaping out buildings and things. There's going to be lots of times you're going to want to just put in some shapes and some mazes or things like that. So that will help a lot. Again, that swamp water just at height so you can see it work. And you can see how it's just below the ground level. Anything set, that's nothing I've done. That's just if anything you set as a liquid is going to be just slightly recessed down by a few pixels. And you will be able to sink in. You can see my feet are in the water there. Then over here, I've got this as a biomass. And again, I've set it like a water. You can't really tell here how I've done it, but it's just a simple biomass texture. There's nothing special to it. But there's going to be times maybe you want to have an organic dungeon or, who knows, right? You're inside a whale's belly or something. But I figured it might come in handy. Over here, just have a solar panel I threw in. If you're going to have like power and things like that happen, it's nothing special. The white is slightly embossed and sticks out a little bit from the gray, so it's like piping, panels, and then solar panels on top. This is just a texture. Again, it's a texture file that I just added a slope to because solar panels are on slopes. Now we're going to come over here to show you another example. There's that concrete wall from the back. You can see it's pretty good looking. CCAN. So what I decided to do is instead of use CCAN models, which can still be done, but if a person wants to, I've added 3 colors of CCAN material here. I've added a yellow, a blue, and a red. So if a person wanted to, you could just shape up CCANs randomly around the ground, say you were doing a loading yard or something. And the reason I've included these is because the more models you put into a scene, the more intensive on the CPU, GPU, etc. to render that out. Whereas if you've got a bunch of these CCANs and things in the background and then a few models in the front that you're interacting with, they look like CCANs from a distance, right? So, if I wander over this way, tilt my camera up, they're in the distance. I may never be interacting with them, but you can still see that they're kind of sea canny looking. So anyway, that's why I've added those, because they could be good building blocks. Again, you could do a maze corridor, you know, at a shipping yard or something, or on a boat or whatever. And maybe you never ever have to interact with them. Maybe you put a transition here and you go inside. But then because they're a terrain, you can still use them as the ground that you walk on, which gets me over here to the tiles. So here they are. See? And you could set up an interior area, and it's the inside of the sea can, and you just lay that out. So we're just going to start. Of course, this green tile is the stock ground that came with the engine. The rest of these are what I've made and set the attributes appropriately. So there's an organic mass, there's a solar panel, there's a red, yellow, blue sea can, concrete wall, swamp water, swamp ground, the various road tiles with the yellow lines on them, road tile without the yellow line, darker road tile, or elevated platform or parking lot or whatever. I didn't do with the yellow lines on for this one because it would be more like, I don't know, a big paved greeting area, the center of a plaza or something. That's where my mind is thinking. I might do that with yellow lines for the next texture pack I put out. We'll see how well this one goes. Cave wall 1, cave wall 2. You can see here I got my tech pattern working, so it lines up pretty good. All the colors are good. What I had was a normal map still attached to it, and that was causing the darkness. I thought I had deleted it and I hadn't. So the one thing I'm not happy about with these, I got the two transitions again. This transition for this material, this transition for this material. I don't have one for this. I don't know that I'll do one. I might just do that with the next texture pack, because I'll probably do red lights and green lights, so similar patterns, so you get some variety. Because if you go into like 3 or 4 different tech dungeons or levels or whatever, it's easy enough to differentiate them by just changing out some of the patterns and colors. Makes it easy. But what I don't like is the lights hard edging here. Like, I thought it would be a good transition in, but what I'm getting is it's a hard edge, and I don't like that. So I'm probably going to fix that before I actually package and ship this tile package or terrain package. So then we move on to the cliffs, the red cliff and the Irishy cliff. Then we've got the two different, and you know, it's a little hard to tell, but you can definitely see the difference between the tiles. This would be really good alternating on a wall, and it would just pop it that much more life, because this is a little darker, a little lighter. But you can definitely see that they are slightly different, so that would add some life to your cityscapes or whatever. But there you have it. So I think that's like 14 or 16 tiles or something like that. You just exit out of there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 tiles. So I'll probably do one more to make it an even 24 tile kit. Maybe I'll do that other transition. I'll get that other transition for this color done and add that into the kit. So that's what to expect in my first terrain kit, and that will be posted up on itch.io probably sometime this week. And I'll try to get this video up on the Steam discussion boards. On that note, have a great day, and we will see you in the next one.